What's up, Amazon sellers? Today I want to talk to you about how to train an admin VA that's going to help save you time and grow your business. We'll do it step by step, live screen share, and got a download. And finally, there's a top tip at the end that's going to really change your business massively. It's going to mean you never have to do it again. So stay tuned. My name is Thomas Parkinson and I am the founder of FastTrackFBA. We provide services to Amazon sellers, one of them being Amazon Arbitrage VAs. If you're interested, have a look down below. I'm also an Amazon seller myself, having done it for 4 years. And I think I've got about 25 VAs now. I don't particularly know, someone does the hiring for me, but I'd like to think that I know a thing or two about virtual assistants. And today I want to share with you what I've gone through quite recently in hiring a replacement Amazon virtual assistant to do my administration. And I'm going to share with you the 4 steps that I take with that, and we'll do a live screen share as well. So let's highlight what the 4 steps are, then let's get into it. Let's go. You might be wondering where I am, and right now, if you want to know, I am currently in the apartment of Mr. Luke Dugan, Mr. FBA. Luke, you alive?
Oh, hello.
There he is.
How's it going?
It's good. How are you?
Glasses.
He's going to come sit down with me. So where are we now?
We are in my beautiful apartment. It's actually quite nice and compact, but nice and small, and perfect for me. In the middle of Kaunas, Lithuania, which is the 2nd largest city in the country.
Nice. Why here?
Why not?
He's going to go do some work. You crack on. Unfortunately, Luke isn't my admin VA. He is not going to be the person who is going to be doing my admin. Although, to be honest, he could probably do quite a good job, but I think he might get a bit bored, and I don't think I could pay him well enough. So let's crack on. 4 things I want to go through today, which are going to be about hiring, and not so much hiring, the training part. That's what we're looking at. This isn't about hiring. You can do that yourself. I'll drop a link up there if you are interested in how to do hiring. You can even watch some interviews with me. But this is about how to train and how to approach a problem. Right, number 1, I want to introduce you to a framework, a way of working to understand what you want to actually train. Everyone's business is slightly different. So by going through this framework is going to really help you develop a training plan for your VA. So we'll go through that. Number 2, I'm going to go on my computer. I'll do a live screen share with you of that training plan, and we'll actually do it for what I did for my admin VA. Number 3, I'm going to tell you how I actually taught that admin VA, how I did it, planned it out, made it happen in real life. And then number 4, I'm going to tell you the one thing or 2 things actually, that are going to make a real difference to your business and that are going to make sure that you never have to do this again. So let's get into this now. Okay, so first things first, before you actually start hire, or should we say, before you start training them, and not actually even do this before you hire, you probably just want to define exactly what you want them to do. So what we'll do is we'll do a live screen share of this, but I'll talk it through you now to start off with. First things first, get yourself like a Google Sheet, Excel spreadsheet, and quite simply, just write the word task in a column and just start jotting down all the tasks that you want them to do. So really brain dump, get everything out you're thinking about. Now, quite simply, once you've written down the tasks, then break it down into, should we say, like a subtask. So sometimes it might be like, well, for example, in Amazon, I might want you to do all my Seller Central checks. Okay, but that's quite big. Break it down even further. So start adding multiple subtasks. So it's like, the big task is just do my daily seller checks in Amazon. And then the subtasks are check inventory health, check customer messages, maybe check in stranded inventory, check fixed price alerts. There's a lot to it. So just by brain dumping to start with, you can then start to organize it by using subtasks. Now, the next thing you're looking at is once you've got tasks and subtasks, is think about how often should those actions or those tasks or subtasks be performed. So frequency, the frequency of them happening. Is it every day, once a week, twice a week, etc., etc. And just write that down. So this task, I think, should happen every day, once a week, once a month. What you're then looking to do is to give an estimation of how long you should think that task should take. So in the next column, you want to write estimated time. Now, this isn't how long it should take them when they first start. This is when they're actually running and they're up to speed. How long should it take them? Generally speaking, how long does it take you? And probably add a little bit extra on, because you know what, you're already quick. They're going to do it maybe to a little bit more detail, and you're like, yeah, done. They're like, okay, is it done? Is it done? Yes. So they might be a bit slower than you, but generally it shouldn't be too much difference. The next question is where? Where should it take place? So quite simply, just put a where column and write where does this action take place. It might be on like Seller Central, it might be on something like the Ultimate Sourcing Sheet. Is a sheet that we run that helps you manage your business and your stock. I'll drop a link up there if you're interested. It might be like in your warehouse, it might be anything like payroll, bank accounts, etc., all of them. And then finally, once you've done the where, then you want to think about training. So for me personally, I just kind of put in 2 columns, which is like training 1, training 2. And what am I looking for is that there are probably going to be things like videos that talk about them already. So there might be like videos that you've done in the past that talk about these training guides, or there might even be like YouTube videos that I've done or someone else has done, which touches upon these information that you want to learn. Now, why is this important? Well, quite simply, before you go in to train this, what you can get them to do is to watch all this content, all these videos, and they're not going to come in completely unaware. They're actually going to have quite a good bit of awareness. And I'll go through some of them in a minute when we get live. So what I want to do now is jump on the laptop, and I want to actually just show you that. I want to make that happen, and we'll go through what I exactly did for my admin VA when I hired them. So let's jump on the laptop now. What I will say is make sure you stay to the end of the video. Why? Because there is one thing, or 2 things actually, I'm going to say at the end of the video, which means that you'll never have to do this ever again. And that is a top tip that I've learned through hard experience. So stay to the end and learn that top tip. Right, okay, so we're on the sheet right now. And what I've done is I've already pre-filled this out. So I turned it all white and we're just going to uncover it. Why? Because it makes it easy for you to see and it just makes it a much better experience. So starting off here, really simple. So if I just kind of uncover, and what I'll do is turn the text black, is to say we've got again task, and if I just kind of come across, we'll turn them all black. So really simple: task, subtask, frequency, time per week, where the task takes place. Are there any documents? I kind of put that in there. And then any training videos, extra training videos, documents might be like point of contact, anything like that, but you've got that information there. So let's kind of break it down. So we talked about tasks. So what kind of tasks might we be looking at to start with? So I kind of brain dumped, and if I just uncover them now, is to say I've kind of got I broke it down, and actually I talked about Seller Central, and I've got here additional pre-work training, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I've got Seller Central checks. I want them to do repricing, business administration. There's a lot to do around the warehouse, the inventory, checking in stock, checking out stock. Working with my warehouse. I've also got general business administration that I want to do. I've got Seller Central checks more, which might be a bit long term, and I've got more warehouse, and then I've got business accounting, and then miscellaneous stuff. There's quite a lot. And what I've done is I finished this already, so I broke it down into subtasks even more. So let's uncover those. And what have I got? I've got again Seller Central awareness training, and I'll come back to that in a moment. I've got simple things like Seller Central checks, account health, customer messages, fixed price alerts, checking all the things I want to check. I've got Repricer Express, I want to check that. I've got clearing down emails. My God, I want my emails cleared down. Let's make it happen. I've got awareness training for just the warehouse, creating a shipment, how to ship items from the warehouse to Amazon, how to fix unknown SKUs, how to deal with stock issues, how to deal with suppliers, internal managing of stock, how to destroy stocks, getting stock returned to the supplier, getting stock returned to Amazon, cash flow, business overview, so much and so much. I've just kind of put it all down, lots and lots and lots. Now, quite simply, let's go on to frequency. So again, let's uncover that. And I've just kind of talked about here, I said additional pre-work once, and then we've got daily. And the reason why I put an additional pre-work is this is awareness training. So part of my VA's training is to do that. So then we'll uncover the next one, time. So in here, I've basically just put time in minutes. Really, really simple. So I said, how long do I think it's going to take? Well, I think, look, for you to check Amazon account health, and it says per week, 50 minutes. So I think 10 minutes per day to check my account health, tops 50 minutes, absolute max. I don't think it should take any more than that. Why? Because it gives a clear definition to the person you're training, what you expect from them. And then we're going through, so compliance alerts, fixed price alerts, etc. I've just kind of gone down, I'm just doing it at the times. And for you, when you're doing this job expectation, what you can do is you can add up all those minutes and say, does that equal the hours they're working or under the hours? And you're setting that expectation. And the other good thing about setting time is the fact that when the time, i.e. they're taking too long, you can say, hey, if you're not making the time per week, or I'm estimating, please come back to me and tell me, because there's probably going to be a training issue, or you're doing something way too detailed that you don't need to. So it's really just making it very clear what you expect, and then they know how they're getting on. So where the task takes place, really simple. Just kind of break it down. Again, Seller Central, Gmail, alternate sourcing sheet, Repricer Express, all these different things that we do that are going to work. And then finally, you've got documents and like training videos. And then here, this is literally just like a dump. This is a dump of, should we say, lots of just different videos, that we've recorded, that we put together, or even YouTube videos. And you know what? I've got my admin VA to watch multiple videos from Mr. Luke Dugan. This is about just learning about what he's doing, so it's best practice, and that's been really, really helpful. So quite simply, get this sheet, and I'll drop a link down below. You can download that, and it's going to help you plan out. But using that framework, using those guides, can just help plan out exactly what you want. So next thing, what I want to go through is what to do once you've created the sheet and you've created the training plan. How do we bring it to life? How do we make it so that our VA understands what to actually do? How did I do this in my business? Well, quite simply, I took the training sheet and I shared it. It's a live Google Doc and it's live. I literally shared it with my VA and said, here is what I want to train you on. And I ordered it out. I literally said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and said that was it. The premise I gave her was the fact that we are going to have time available together. But what I want her to do is I want her to watch any videos around that and to basically prepare herself. So one thing you've got to consider is most of the time I'm going to be in the UK, my VA is going to be in the Philippines. They wake up 7 hours ahead of us. So they have time before. And then once you come into the training, I can then crack on and get the training done, knowing that they have at least a foundation level of knowledge, and then I can just build upon that rather than meeting them and telling them everything from the get-go. And a really good example, I put it on the sheet, was about pre-work. I got them to go through all the Amazon Seller Central University training. This is the free training in Amazon Seller Central, which just gives you great awareness. And that had a real impact to make sure that my Amazon admin VA just knew what they were doing. Give them the plan, tell them exactly what you want them to do, tell them this is the plan, here's what we're going to go through. Then the next thing, what you want to do is allocate time in your diary, in your calendar. For me, I live by my calendar and I recommend it to anyone. Go into your calendar, Google Calendar, add in like 2 hours, 3 hours, however long it's going to take to train in certain sections. So choose 3 or 4 modules and go, Monday I'm training that, 3 or 4 modules on Tuesday, I'm going to train that, 3 or 4 modules on Wednesday, I'm going to train that. Put them in your calendar and invite your admin VA. Clearly define what you're going to be training, how long you got to train it in, and then also what you expect from them. So watch the pre-work. Make sure you come prepared. This is the kind of things you're looking for. So define the time that you've got to train and tell them exactly what you want. And then quite simply, just action your calendar. That is it. Get your entire training plan, put it into your calendar over the course of, for me, it took 3 weeks to train this, and I was probably doing 3 hours a day. One time I was waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm not saying you've got to do that, but for me, that's what I had to do. But it made sure that training was right and it was to the standard that needed to be. Question for you. Have you got a VA now? If so, what do they do? Drop it down below. Let me know what your VAs do right now. I'm really interested to see how people are running their businesses. Or if you want one, let me know. Okay, so 4th step, and this is super important and so many people miss it out. What you want to do is sit down with your VA and really simply load up the training plan. And you want to tick off everything with them. So ask them, hey, number 1, Seller Central training for fixed price alert. Have you done it? Do you know what you're doing? Yes, tick. Okay, every single one, just make it super crystal clear, really like obvious. Have you done? Yes, tick. Then what you're looking to do is once it's all done, is to give them 1 week break to say, okay, I'm going to now let you get on with it. But 1 week after that, so in the subsequent week, you're going to say, I'm going to sit down with you for an hour every day, allocate time, and I'm going to go back through every single one of these sections, and I'm going to spot check what you're doing. Why? Because what you are simply trying to do is to see that you've taught them, have they put it into action, and have they actually made results to the standard required? And that's the important point. So that's about developing the training and making sure where it needs to be. So again, we come back to the same process, put it in your calendar, allocate the time and clearly define. Monday, I'm going to go through all Seller Central and I'm going to check all the checks. I'm going to make sure you've actioned any case logs. I've done this. Tuesday, maybe I'm going to go to my warehouse. I'm going to make sure that there's no stock overdue, or if it is, you've already raised an issue with the supplier. Wednesday, we're going to look at maybe returns. Have you chased down all outstanding orders from Amazon that maybe stock's gone missing, etc., etc. All these kind of processes, clearly define it. Why? You don't want to catch them out at all. You want to literally tell them exactly what you're going to do. Why? Because you want them to do it to the best of their ability to prove that they can do it. And by doing that, you know that they know what they're doing. And number two, my God, your business is just going to operate amazingly. Now, the final thing that you want to do, which is going to be the game changer, once you have done that week of spot checks and you said, you are signed off now, you have done your training, we're super happy, is to say, I'm going to give you one more week, and then I'm going to ask you to spend 2 weeks and document the entire training themselves. Create standard operating procedures or update them if you've got them. Create training videos, look at Loom. They can record live screen shares of exactly what they're doing and how to train it again. And what you're looking to do is that training plan you've got now, they're literally going to come in, they're going to create a standard operating procedure and a document for that one project, and they're going to create a training video of how to do it. So then next time, once they're done, you can add it into the training sheet. If you ever have to get a new admin VA, what do? You've already got it there. So they're now going to watch it, and you've pretty much skipped the entire steps. And you say, right, we're just going to go to the spot checking. Watch the video, do the standard operating procedure. I'll give you 3 weeks, get that done. We're going to come spot check. Super simple, means you've never got to do that again. And you know what? You're not even the one recording the standard operating procedures or even recording the videos. Game changing in what you're doing in your business. Hopefully that has made a difference to the way you are about to approach or even thinking about hiring an Amazon admin assistant. Or even just an assistant in general. That could be what you need to do to really support and grow and scale your business. And you know what? Make this the life that you want. If you'd like to drop me a big like, hey, drop me a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. But I'm going to leave you with a video around here of a client of ours who has hired a VA from the FastTrackFBA Academy who had great success. Watch that. I really enjoyed working with him and hiring that VA. Thank you very much.